16-year-old Daisy Narrowmore, head girl of Ridgewood High School in Wollaston, Stourbridge. We first came to know Daisy when her school came to talk to us about their Project Gambia. And she is also going to address are women and girls valued in our world?
Are women and girls valued in our world? This is a topic that I believe has been, is and will be debated for many years to come. Just think, in the last 30 seconds, 13 girls under the age of 16 were forced to marry men at least twice their age. Do you really think this is acceptable in our society? Today I'm going to focus on my personal experience growing up in the UK and quite recently my experience as a visitor and volunteer to the Gambia. It isn't my intention to stand here in front of you and give a simplistic and polarised view that judges one to be better than the other, but I do think it is relevant to present ideas that raise issues about the impact of how a society values women and girls. Looking at this from a political point of view, the UK certainly have a longer history of valuing women to make a contribution to public life. In 1919, Nancy Astor was the first woman to take a seat in the House of Commons, and there are now 1 in 5 women in UK Parliament. Yet some people still say that this isn't enough. However, this certainly is not the case in the Gambia, as it wasn't until 1994 that they appointed a female representative to their government. We can also look at this from a cultural and traditional point of view. Visiting the Gambia last April, I observed many different examples of girls taking on hard, challenging and physical work. I actually took a picture of a 4-year-old girl carrying a bucket full of water whilst men of the village just simply sat and watched her. I couldn't believe that they were older and stronger, yet they didn't do anything to help. Yet this wasn't a case of ignorance, just embedded traditions that they haven't moved away from in the way that Western countries have. But do you really think that this fully allows society to experience what women and girls can offer if they aren't valued for their contributions beyond domestic homemaking responsibilities? In the UK, it is perceived that we've moved away from these traditional views. However, still 13% of British women claim that their husband do more housework than them. In the UK, I do think that business requires the same amount of commitment and support from both men and women. Take Karen Brady as an example. Not only is she an extremely successful businesswoman, but she also recently became a baroness to express her value of contribution to the business sector. But still, there are twice as many male entrepreneurs than females. In the developing world, it is much more difficult to enter into the business sector, especially for a woman, even though it is on a much smaller scale than the UK. Project Gambia has supported our friend Nafi in setting up her own dressmaking business, which now allows her to provide for her extended family all year round. This is an extremely small step, but one that shows that women are starting to become a recognisable part of our society. I did find it very difficult to understand how different people's values are around the world, especially in the Gambia, as men make more of the decisions for women. Not only this, but I've been brought up in a society where you're valued in public life, school, and pushed to fulfil your potential. There is still an invisible barrier to women and girls achieving the same success as their male counterparts. But maybe change will happen, and one day societies will appreciate the role that women can play.